AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Knicks Rehab.
Love it. Knicks Rehab, y'all. Good W.
Big W. Little Bucks. 116-107 victory by the New York Knicks. 31 points for OG Anunoby. Oh, yeah. 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Impressive. 13 points, 14 rebounds for Josh Hart. 2 assists shy of a triple-double. Was that good enough for you? 13 points, triple-double, all ball? 26 points for Mikhail. Cat. Disappearing act. But 14 and 10. That sounds just about right. 20 points for Kyle Kuzma, 30, and 9 for Giannis. 7 assists. He didn't even look like he was always there. 20 points for Ryan Rollins, the starting point guard for the Bucks. 14 off the bench for Gary Trent. He was annoying me. AJ Green, quick on the trigger, but not quick enough.
I was watching the game, just paying attention to little details. You know, I noticed the first half, we looked very well. Then the second half, that third quarter, we always kind of struggle. But this was definitely, I'm going to say, for the rest of the season, these are all must-needed wins. I think it's very important that we stay in that third slot because 9 times out of 10, this is who we're going to be playing in the first round. So I think, you know, now that it's getting down to the wire, we need to be very strategic, you know, and stay in that third seed. But I think it was a solid win. We all know the Milwaukee Bucks is dirt. I'm just trying to figure out how does Doc Rivers still have a job. That needs to be investigated. And if I knew how to investigate that, I would do it myself. I do not understand how he still has a job, but nevertheless, they still have a champion, an MVP, an all-star in Giannis. So you couldn't take them lightly. But we took care of business. Tibbs did okay today. You know, this is where my brothers up here made a good point a couple of days ago. This is where Kolek should have started. Because we have no point guards. The young man that we got from Milwaukee is obvious that, you know, he looked a little timid at first, but the young man can play. He has some size coming off the bench, about 6'4", 6'5". So I just want to see how we're going to use him in the playoffs defensively. But tonight, I think it was a good win and it was a much-needed win because, like I said, you know, got to pile up these wins. Also, it's getting down the stretch, getting into the playoffs. We got to start getting used to having some good habits. I'm still a little disappointed in Cat. The 2 fouls he got in the first quarter, it's like, yo, bro, come on, man. We cannot have that in the. Good. Say it again, Flea.
That ladies in the building.
Oh, I didn't. That my thing ain't. Oh, I did. Well, she just. It got frozen.
Both the ladies are in the building.
Listen. What Future say? At the same damn time.
At the same damn time.
The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant Darlene Bryant and Tori B is in the building. Good evening, ladies. Y'all know the drill, fellas. Please speak to the beautiful
Darlene
ladies.
B,
be respectful. Darlene Bryant, Tori B. Good evening, beautiful ladies. But you know, I think tonight, you know, it showed that, you know, now with Kolek and what's the young man from Milwaukee?
DeLon Wright.
Which one?
Right, DeLon Wright. Him and Kolek, I think those two can really provide some spark coming off the bench. I don't know why it took this long for him to play the young man, but like I said, you can tell, and we've been talking about this a lot. Confidence. If you have confidence, that tells a lot. Tibbs is going to have to give these guys some confidence for them to play well because we're going to need all the bodies in the playoffs. You are not going to be able to run guys down and run up these minutes in the playoffs. So I think tonight was a good win. Like I said, against a 6 seed, a top 6 team in the East that still has Giannis Antetokounmpo. But you know, Tibbs needs to be very careful. Like I said, he should have started Kohler tonight. And when we struggled, I was texting y'all like, yo, put a point guard in the game. It was obvious we struggled for a bit because we couldn't get no offense going. It wasn't no motion. Kohler was finding Bridges. Bridges was on fire. We went away from that. You cannot have the kid Wright and Josh Hart in at the same time. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. So
Not for
you
long
know,
stretches. Not long
right?
stretches. So
Exactly, Flea. And in that third quarter, Kohler didn't even get in the game. I mean, in the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken. And then as soon as Kohler got in the game, you know, I don't believe in the hockey pass, but I Kolick made 2-3 passes that led to wide open 3-point shots. So it goes to show you how important for us. We need somebody to orchestrate the offense while Jalen Brunson is out. So I think tonight was a must-needed win. It was a good win. Because like I said, you know, no matter what people say, they still have a champion, a defensive player of the year, an all-star, an MVP on that team. And in the beginning, they came out a little aggressive, but with Kyle Kuzma, and I thought I'm like, here we go. And then when they cut the lead down, I said, here we go again. But we got it together. Big shout out OG, and we've been giving Bridges a lot of flack, and tonight he pulled through. So Bridges and OG, listen, man, but more so OG. Like, listen, he's locked in. Like I said, he told himself, I'm the second option while Brunson is out. I'm not waiting for nobody. I'm not letting nobody hand it to me. I'm taking it. Paul. So big shout out to OG, but gotta shout out Mikal Bridges. That mid-range game is official. Lord have mercy. When he's on fire, you gotta feed him. Gotta feed him. And I noticed him and Kolick is going to feed him the ball. And I'm hoping Jalen Brunson is paying attention because I've said it before the season started. For us to be successful,
yes,
we
you
have to
did.
play as a collective. Flea, have I not been saying that forever? It's not about one person getting 40. And no, we have to play as a collective. And I think when we do that, I think we are very dangerous. And tonight, that Cleveland team showed there's a lot of chinks in their armor. So for me, I just think, Tibbs have to start getting these guys some confidence. And I think, as time goes on, guys get a little more healthier, like Mitch, get more in basketball shape. And let's see what happens. But tonight was a much-needed win. And we pulled
Thanks,
through.
Monkey.
Big shout out to Tibbs. I really don't have much. I don't have nothing bad to say about Tibbs tonight. Like I said, the only thing is these third quarters we do struggle, and I was just hoping that he had put Kolick in a little earlier because we were struggling with the offense, getting the ball moving around. I seen Cat huffing and puffing a little bit. Y'all know me. I watch everything. It was one time he was trying to post up Giannis. Giannis did foul him, but Wright didn't get him the ball. And I watched Cat do the huff and puff. So for me, we know Kolick is going to get you the ball. So I just feel, Tibbs need to pay attention to that stuff. But overall, I'm not going to say a great win because y'all know me. When we beat bad teams, we got to be careful because look what happened. We played the Clippers that next day, and we know what happened. So we have some tough games coming up. We got to see Cleveland, Detroit. We got to see Boston. We may see Cleveland twice if I'm not mistaken. So these are good wins. Hopefully it could be a snowball effect, but good win. And I got to shout out Mitchell Robert. OG, and I got to shout out Mikal Bridges. Mitch with double-digit rebounds. But as a collective, great win. Great win.
Flea, what is your response to that? And just reacting to the Knicks game, should Kolick have started? Did Tibbs do a great job of motivating and circumventing the Jalen Brunson injury that hopefully he's coming back from? What are you thinking?
On a Friday night, me and OG are gonna agree tonight. I thought it was a good win. I thought Kolick could have started tonight, but the thing about it is, DeLon Wright played well. and it worked out. And the fact that he came in and played well. He didn't come in. He wasn't timid. He was aggressive on defense. He was hitting open shots. So it would have been nice to see Kolek get those starting minutes and get some confidence out there. But when he did get in the game, I thought he played well. I thought he played with a lot more confidence. I thought he was way more aggressive on the offensive end, looking for his shot, looking for where he could get into the paint. He got one paint touch when he got to the rim. I think he got fouled, but he's a young player. He's probably not going to get that foul early on, and so he's going to have to earn that. But I thought he played well when he was in the game. Big shout out to OG Anunoby. He's continuing to impress me. Just how he's playing on both ends of the floor. I did not know he was this capable of being this offensive threat, right? I knew he was phenomenal on the defensive end. But to be able to look to him to go get a bucket, right, hit an open three, now he's working on being able to put it on the floor a little bit, get to the rim. 10 free throws tonight, 10 for 10 from the free throw line. That's aggressive. A couple of those were some breakout plays, and they kind of had to foul him. But the fact that he's getting to the free throw line, he didn't shoot it very well, but he compensated on that from getting to the line and defending his ass off. So I was happy, with our team tonight. Big shout out to Mikal Bridges. Played well. Got a lot of production from our bench. Shamit woke up today. He was aggressive on defense, which turned into open shots for him on the offensive end. Only reason we really won this game is because we turned them over and we out-rebounded them. The Bucks shot their ass off tonight. They couldn't miss. Ryan Rollins, who the fuck is that? Kuz had a big game. Giannis had a good game. Like, the AJ Green kid was hitting shots. Like, they shot the ball well. Only reason we really was in the game or did our thing is because we turned their asses over and we out-rebounded them. And on most of the turnovers, we scored on. We scored on turnovers. So, very impressed with them. Mitchell Robinson came in the game, 10 rebounds. I thought he was great tonight in his minutes. I think he played under 20 minutes tonight. What did he play tonight, Fabian? 18 minutes?
Kolek?
No, Mitch.
I thought it was 18.
Yeah, so 18 minutes tonight, 10 rebounds. He looked aggressive. I think you got to play him more at this point. We're revving up for the playoffs. You got to be out there more. And like OG said, I think this goes to show that we have some guys out there that if you call that number, they'll be ready to play. DeLon Wright, they called his number twice in the last 2 games. He's been ready to play. Kolek, we've been calling your number. You've been ready to play. That's all I ask. The development part, I don't trust Tibbs on that end. But just calling their number, getting them out there, getting them in the rotation, quality minutes. We beat the Bucks. I'm gonna always continue to be consistent. The play was in front of you. Bucks was out there. Giannis still had a hell of a game. We wound up beating them. The matchup though is Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday or Monday. When do we play Cleveland?
I think next is Portland. Then it may be after that, maybe.
Yeah, I'm skipping over Portland, unfortunately. But
When
when
is
do
it?
we play
Okay,
Cleveland?
Got the Trailblazers on Sunday, Sixers on Tuesday, and the Cavaliers on Wednesday on a second leg of a back-to-back. That's going to be tough. They just got beat by Detroit, who looking scary for Cleveland, Flea. Listen,
we revving up for the playoffs. We got to get Brunson back, right? I love the fact that Kolek is a table setter. That's a piece right there that we may be able to flirt with. I don't know what that looks like. You can't have him and Brunson on the floor at the same time. That's kind of tough, right? Especially in the defensive end. Kolek hasn't figured it out yet, and we know Brunson struggles in the defensive end. But it would be nice to have a guy out there being able to get everybody touches. Brunson does a damn good job. Career high in assists this year, I think. So he's doing a damn good job. But in terms of orchestrate and not really looking for your shot all the time, Brunson isn't that guy. And Kolek is continuing to prove that he's that guy. Beautiful pass to find OG. OG was wide open, but he found him, right? I don't know if y'all saw y'all know what play I'm talking about. He was wide open, got the dunk on the baseline. Beautiful pass, right? The kid could see the floor. You got to play him. You got to play him.
But just real quick, Fabian, can I just real quick? I'm sorry because I don't want to forget. You know, I'm a little older. But this is why with Tibbs, I say in the playoffs, it's going to be important for him to figure out lineups. I think that second unit you have, and remember what I was saying about Bridges, y'all. I think if you can have Kolek on the floor with Bridges and Hart, he's going to get those guys the ball. Hart could be the slasher, and now Bridges could put up the shots that we know that he wants to keep him happy, keep him engaged. So I think, you know, that second unit, we really have to watch because I just imagine the second unit with Kolek, and then you have Hart, Bridges, you know, probably Mitch in right? So I think that second unit is what's most important for us. And Tibbs really has to figure that out. But I would love, because I see the chemistry with Kolek and Mikal Bridges. And I think when Bridges is able to get up the shots that he needs and wants, that's when we're most dangerous. And the only way he's going to do that is I think when he plays more with the second unit. So I think we need to watch out for that as well.
Yeah, thanks, Anna Grill, for reminding us. Yeah, Deuce is hurt too. I forgot. I was trying to think of the other player that was down aside from Brunson.
But Deuce spells
those-
both. Deuce spells both guard positions. He could spell the two guard if necessary. He don't have to spell Brunson. We could find. There's a way to find minutes for this kid, man. We have to.
No, but I'm saying I forgot that Deuce was hurt. Like I was
Oh,
trying to think
okay,
of another
okay,
player that
okay.
was hurt. So if you bring him in, there's no reason why he can't play alongside Kolek, and there's no reason why. There's something with Deuce's jump shot that like it's hard to just be created one on one. You're already 6'2", if that. Um, he just to me he's always had like a pretty jump shot, and Kolek is the guy that could put the ball when you have passes like that. They're like pitchers in baseball and the quarterbacks in football. They just throw the ball. They lead the ball. They lead you right to where you need to shoot and make the next play. I don't agree that Kolek should have started at all whatsoever after watching that last game. I know it was the second game of a back-to-back, but he looked tired. He looked tired in 17 minutes. I think that was okay with me. Like, I didn't mind that at all. The long right with the energy, facing his former team. Maybe they got something out of it, and they did. He was on fire in the first quarter. I think 10 points. He carried us. He carried us in that first quarter, gave us the lead. We were going our way into the second half. A major reason why was because of the long right. Not saying I want to see any more of them, to be honest with you. I'm not saying that, not endorsing that whatsoever. Hopefully we get Deuce back in order and we can see those lineups because Mikal Bridges or OG to play with the second unit with a guy like Kolek, who I was texting you guys, I just haven't seen. He looks like an alien in the Knicks jersey, the way he's passing the ball. Jason Kidd was older. I'm almost like too young to remember Mark Jackson and Rod Strickland. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm too and to especially with the amount of basketball we've all watched and being in this position to see a point guard in New York City, it's New York, bro. Like that to me, that's what we want. We like everyone knows us for handling the rock and everything, but we like to see that. We love that. That's how you get the crowd going. And Tibbs, the one credit I always give him is he gets them bums up out of here. You see, Cam Reddish got cut by the Lakers this week. The fourth team, 15 he's on. And then no disrespect to him because he made the NBA. Come on, man. Like, I ain't trying to disrespect him, but it's just that people get fans and it's like they try to convince you. It's like, bro, it's not happening in the league. And Tibbs, the guy that'll sniff out the toughness, which is surprising with, some players on this team that are still on the team or that were wanted on this team. But he's the guy that'll show you, hey, he can't start today. He's not ready for this. He's not ready for prime time for 30 minutes a game. He didn't look at like that last game, and hopefully he can, get the minutes that he was supposed to get. We were looking forward to in December on how we've been saying, and he's starting to get that now before the playoffs. It'll be tough to get if you do get 20 minutes because it's going to be Deuce, Brunson, I think Bridges. That's a hell of a rotation to try to crack in the playoffs because we know the only way he could make that is with an injury, and we don't want that. And OG is just OG. To your point, Flea, I didn't know he had this in him. props to AllBall because he's the one that said you need to be averaging 17, 18 points. What the hell are you talking about? It's $40 million, bro. You ain't not just for defense. I'm not accepting that. And you're absolutely right because the more I thought about it today, where the hell would we be if OG didn't even try to do this on offense? If he was timid about his offensive game, we would be in a worse position. Like this would be bad. We would have lost at least 5 to 7 more games this year. And I don't even know, but we might be a playing team if he's not pushing that hard.
How many 30-point games does he have this year? A lot.
He done had 2 or 3 the last couple games.
Yeah, whatever a lot is, he's had a lot.
He was averaging 22 coming into the game. The last 12 games, I think they said. He's averaging 5.5 rebounds the last 15 games, which was the point y'all made also a couple months ago. Like, yo, you got to average more rebounds. Like, just the effort in trying to get better and make the game easier for everybody else. That's what leaders do. That's what leaders do. We make this thing easier for everybody. Or you can't do that. Watch this. I'm gonna get it. What is your strength? All right, you stick to that. While Mikal Bridges still figures out his role, you know, he's inconsistent. But today, just a great game. And to y'all credit, I mean, y'all, I'm just gonna double down, piggyback with y'all about what y'all saying, man. Kolek just setting up Bridges. Might be some chemistry there, man. Because Bridges just has when he's right, it's a smooth game. And it becomes scary at that point because you don't want to see a dude like that just hitting smooth jump shots over you. That shit is annoying. Like I don't care. Like I don't care if you have great defense, you tough. He's always hitting these jumpers looking like Bernard King. It's annoying. And when you got a point guard who can set you up like that, you know, hopefully Brunson can watch some of that. But I don't know if he can ever do what Kolek is doing. I don't think he has the ability to do that. This is natural and just it's amazing to see. It really is, but hopefully he starts getting into better shape. And I don't know about how you can practice awfully. You can attest to this more than I could, but maybe practicing your jump shots after a workout, like the old school run up and down the stadium stairs, and you come back down to the court, sweat, you know, drenching in sweat, and then you all right, try shooting jump shots now because that's how it feels like. A lot of
I mean, that is you know, you go through there are drills that you go through just to get you to a point where you feeling like it is the fourth quarter and you got to hit a free throw, or it is the fourth quarter and you got to hit a tough shot to see if you know you can withstand that. Your legs are there, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and Bridges was his shots were looking flat early on, like short, and then he still kept it together. He was just consistent. Again, I can't be mad at Tibbs because he doesn't even have. Forget about not having his players. Like Campaign is down. You know, Campaign would have been playing in this game. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just a great win. Giannis again. I'm not impressed with his defense. I don't know if you could, if you saw something today, Flea, that makes you think otherwise to reinforce what what you believe. I don't see the defensive player of the year thing, and I like that OG put that shoulder in him and dared him to block the shot, and it was a goaltend.
He did block it. You saw he recovered though, right?
Yeah, he recovered, but I don't see it. I don't see the one-on-one defense. Everybody like the scariness of it. He's just a scary dude. He's just capable of doing anything at any given time. But it's good to see OG. He's interacted with him a lot, and I think that the people around the league are starting to gain more respect for him too. Once they're gonna start to scout him now. And the point I was trying to make in the text, I don't know about I made it clear. He can cross over to his left really well, and he separates from the defender. But it's like, all right, now what you gonna do? He can't cross over back right. He can't pull up. He can't take it back to the right and then drive with his right hand. He fumbles a lot after that. Once he's gonna practice that in the summertime if he's really, really, really willing to get better, and that makes him more dangerous. I don't see the pump fake yet, and maybe watching some Paul Pierce game, but I'm proud of him. I did not expect any of this from OG Anunoby. Like this offensively, I'm totally shocked about. And Tyler Kolek, I think we all expected this from Tyler Kolek. We just waiting for him to show up with his offense, his scoring output now. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.